Hello and welcome to Table of Geequals episode 44. Spoiler alert, no bitching. I'm PigMonkey, and this week I presided over a wicked show, actually yesterday, at Geeks vs. Nerds. Lots of energy, lots of really good laughs, had a great crowd. It was all around just a wicked time. Everybody had a great time.
I'm Gavin, and I watched the Veronica Mars movie twice this week, and it was fantastic.
Oh. I'm Bill. My Week in Geek is topped off by the fact that I have a new, most hated character in comic books, thanks to Gavin. We'll get to that later. Misunderstood character in comic books, but I hate him. Hate him.
Fair enough.
You're supposed to.
I'm Alex, and this week I've been catching up in my comic books, preparing for the debate, which was last night, and playing a lot of Grand Theft Auto 5. So that's been fun.
A thumbs up from Derrek, who did a fantastic job sitting in for you last week, PigMonkey. I should mention.
By the way, I want to go on record as saying, fuck you all.
I want to go on record as saying he looked directly at me as he was saying that.
Well, I know who's instigating it.
What?
Well,
No.
Gavin has stabbed you in the back inertia. Once you get him going, he's vicious, but without that initial prod.
No.
I knew you were going to do the editing, so it wasn't exactly stabbing you in the
I
back.
want to make this clear. Before we started recording, Gavin was the one to say, real men stay awake until they hallucinate.
That's right. That's right.
I mean, I still have the audio if you guys want to hear it.
Let's go to the tape.
You mean, wait a second, you mean I wasn't here?
Did you stay home and play BattleTech, Mech Warrior?
Actually, no. I made the mistake of sleeping for about 35 minutes in the
There's your
car,
problem right there.
and then I got home, and John Roy and Kinnan were there, and I just kind of sat on the couch like this, going, I really wish I could sleep, but I can't sleep, so I just sort of stayed there in zombie mode for a good 3 hours, and then everybody left, and I went, okay, and I put on an episode of Blacklist and fell asleep immediately.
You were pretty burned out.
It was good money. It's a good problem to have.
That pussy Jack Bauer can barely make it through 24 hours, so you got him beat.
What a tool.
I know.
Hey, there's a new season coming. I'm looking forward
Any day
to
now.
it. So.
Oh, God.
Yeah, like within the next couple of weeks, I think, eh? Yeah, I'm looking forward to it,
Some
too.
people hate the series, but I really enjoyed it.
There's a lot of characters in it that I hate,
Well,
for
you're
sure.
supposed to, yeah.
The daughter, of course, being one of them, but...
Oh, is Kim Bauer still alive?
Yeah, I don't think so. Well, she's still alive, but she wasn't in the last couple of seasons.
Yes, she was.
How so? I can't even remember.
Is it still Alicia Cuthbert?
Yeah.
Yep.
I had high hopes for her. She was one of
still
my
pretty
celebrity crushes.
Married one of my least favorite hockey players of all time, Dion Phaneuf from the Toronto Maple
She
Leafs.
makes appearances picking up her daughter from Jack near the start of the last season.
Yeah.
And,
But she doesn't get attacked by a cougar or
No,
Matt Dillon's younger brother.
Yeah, her time as danger-prone Daphne is done, I think.
Yeah. But I'm with you. I was surprised to see a couple of months ago when they announced it, and I'm very much looking forward to it. I like Kiefer Sutherland. I mean, he's got a good maritime connection, and you go through Lost Boys and stuff like that. He's got some good stuff.
Plus,
Flatliners, loved Flatliners.
Flatliners is amazing.
Great
I love
movie.
that movie.
Yeah.
It's like a Crux movie for 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's a hub.
Yeah,
it really
Kevin
is.
Bacon hub.
I came across a reference to a movie that I haven't seen in ages. I have a crappy VHS copy. I need to get this on Blu-ray or DVD at least. And maybe you guys probably never even heard of it until the end of the world.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Oh, man.
I was hoping you were going to say Dark City, which is a fantastic movie.
Really?
I love it, man. Yeah.
A lot of people still haven't seen it.
Dark City?
Yeah.
I liked it.
I saw it in the theater.
No, I know.
and
So did I, actually.
I saw it on
yeah.
my birthday in theater.
I love that movie.
Yeah, I
It's a
really
great-
enjoyed it. It's really
a great
different.
dystopian,
Yeah.
dark sci-fi.
And it
But
came.
the characters are all based on their actions, and their actions are created largely due to their experiences and thus their memories. So if you're changing the memories like a fucking Lego piece, it's impossible to get attached to any of the damn characters.
Yeah. It's got one of the
But
most.
it did look awesome.
It's got one of the most piss me off kind of moments where they add it to the beginning of the movie and they pretty much tell you what the end of the movie is going to be.
Yeah.
But I liked it. It came out right around just a little bit before Blade, and both those movies had a big effect on what we're watching now, I think. Like
Yeah,
they
was an
showed
interesting-
Hollywood we can do something a little darker and a little more serious.
Well, there was an interesting article recently about how Blade is the unsung hero of the comic book movie.
Yeah.
Not in my
No,
head.
he is.
I think it's super important.
He is
Yeah.
the
Well,
genesis
yeah.
of the comic
For
book.
for us.
Yeah, for
But do people outside of our circles remember Blade? Not largely.
but they remember X-Men and Spider-Man and that. Yeah.
But without Blade, there wouldn't have been
No, it was
what we're seeing.
great
I mean,
now.
obviously,
because
that's
it
some-
wasn't a superhero movie; it was a vampire movie, and they could get away with a vampire movie.
yeah.
But
well, and it was
I'm
done
pretty sure
beautifully
Blade.
too. Like,
I'm
it
pretty sure
was-
Blade is back with Marvel now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
there's
Marvel
nothing-
Knights.
I want to see Marvel Knights
Yeah.
or
Marvel
Midnight
was
Sun.
pretty
Midnight
heavily
Suns, please.
credited in the Spike TV series, which implies to me that the license is at least up for grabs now.
Well, I mean, you still see the Marvel logo
On everything, yeah.
on like Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember
Stuff
the
like
credits
that.
for the TV series, but I mean, TV and movie are two different things anyway.
It is. I mean, Marvel, I'm pretty sure, could do an Amazing Spider-Man TV series. They probably couldn't call it Amazing Spider-Man. They'd probably have to call it like a Spectacular
Well,
Spider-Man.
who put out the Blade animated?
I don't know.
There was a Blade animated?
Yeah, was it
They'd
anime
call it
style?
something like
Was it good?
Spider anyway.
It was solid.
No, just call it Spider-Man.
I figure if they're going to do one of their Marvel Knights characters as anime, Blade is an obvious choice because swords.
Yeah.
But I would like to see them do Ghost Rider
Oh, yeah.
because
would
that
work.
one really hasn't had a lot of love.
Yeah.
The cage factor, I think, being a big
Yeah,
issue there.
but what Ghost Rider are they going to do?
There's so
What?
many hit and miss, yeah.
There's so many. There's no real consistent. Not that it's a problem, but there's no real consistent story. The original story of him being
Johnny
possessed,
Blaze.
of Johnny Blaze being possessed by a demon, they're never gonna touch because he's being possessed by a demon.
Sort of like an
Have
Infernal
him?
Hulk.
Yeah.
You wouldn't like me when the sun goes down.
Have it
Nice.
it be the original Johnny Blaze, but have it take place in the 70s.
So he's already established and his circus days are behind him?
No,
and-
no. Like, have the first episode be the origin of Johnny Blaze because it's the 70s.
Yeah. So you can go cheese.
And then have it as, like, a fucking private eye show, but he is Ghost Rider.
His head's on fire.
Yeah, he's Ghost Rider.
It solves mysteries.
It's like a private eye show, but he
I'd
instead
confess,
of,
man. I'd confess to shit I didn't do. Holy fuck, this guy's head's on fire.
instead of like hiding outside of people's places and taking pictures, he just rides into gang like hideouts and beats some heads.
Beats him with a chain.
Exactly.
I like it.
I would love to see a 1970s Johnny Blaze show, and then if it was popular enough, you could have a future Ghost Rider, like a current day Ghost
Like
Rider.
a Danny Ketch kind of thing.
Ketch, yeah.
Yes. Take place in like a Marvel Knights movie, and have Johnny Blaze as like the grizzled old war veteran who like sends
The
him
trench,
Actually,
with the trench coat and the
in
ponytail and
the-
the
in
backup
the comic-
motorcycle and the shotgun that fires
Yeah.
Hellfire.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came out to try and kill the second one.
Yeah, because he wanted to get rid of the
and that
demon.
would be a great kind of kickoff point for the first Ghost Rider or Marvel Knights movie.
Well, we know that
Johnny
Marvel
Blaze
listens to you.
goes.
Yeah.
We know Marvel listens to you.
Or at least read your blog or whatever the hell it is.
Johnny Blaze. So that's the TV series. If that's successful, have a movie where Johnny Blaze hires the rest of the Marvel Knights crew. Like, just have like a Marvel Knights team, basically, almost. Just a like vagabond ragtag group of guys, including like people like Blade, and he's like, now I brought you on to help me take down something I used to be. The difference is the devil's taken control. Blah, blah, and
So-
dialogue, masturbation on the screen, and go.
So Johnny Blaze is an old Cajun. Is what you're
Yes.
going for?
Obviously.
Well, fuck, I love that. Let's do this. Let's make this happen.
You're welcome. So Marvel, get on that.
Yeah.
Kevin Feige, I'm looking at you. Make that happen. Go.
Speaking of Marvel listening to you, I had my own little moment this morning. I don't have to spend my $250 million because Pixar is making Incredibles 2. I saw that this morning as like, yeah, I can make a different movie with my imaginary $250 million.
Yeah,
a couple
and if
weeks
our
ago.
listeners are still wondering, we are still accepting donations.
Yep.
To go toward that $250 million.
I also want to revise $250 million. I'd like to have Snow Crash, the movie, made.
Oh.
Actually, all I really want is the first scene of Snow Crash when he's delivering the pizza at high speed.
The deliberator for
Just-
Coast and Hoster Pizza.
Yeah, that's the only scene. Like, I want to see that with, like, somebody surfing the back of this car as it cuts through, like, yards and people's homes as he tries to make a beeline to deliver the pizza. Like, I would love to see that. That would be a great scene.
I can envision it. I want to see this movie. I really do. And I think nowadays they've got to the point where they don't think kids are going to copy anything they see on TV anymore.
Yeah.
So maybe they could do the car surfing now.
Bullshit. Back in Ontario, where I grew up, people were hooking up a GT snow racer behind their car every time there was a snowfall. There are people doing stupid shit like that. all the
guy,
time.
yeah, but
guy
I
used to
agree
work
with you.
would grab the back of the harbor hopper on his longboard and go to work that way.
But I think, Gavin, what you're saying, and I agree with you on this, is that TV and movies aren't worried about that anymore.
No.
I mean,
I
Jackass
remember-
and all of
yeah.
those shows, it's like, well, fuck it.
If you're that
if they
dumb.
haven't emulated those guys yet, who cares if they, follow what Snow Crash
But I mean,
is
remember
up
when we
to.
were kids in the Fantastic Four cartoon when we were really small, where they replaced the Human Torch because they were worried that
Robbie?
kids were going to like burn shit down.
That's right.
It wasn't Robbie; it was Herbie.
Herbie, right.
I
Yes.
can't remember what the hell it stood for, but it was
Yeah,
Herbie.
Herbie, you're right. That was horrible.
New Amazing Spider-Man 2 trailer
Oh.
out.
Yeah, that
I've gone
Rhino
through
looks so
3
badass.
pairs of pants today because of that promo.
Yeah.
Man, I don't even know what to say about it.
I didn't get a chance to change my pants after you just showed it to me.
Derek, clean the chair when PigMonkey leaves.
No.
Burn this
No.
shit.
Clean it now.
And we're gonna watch and jerk off.
Into a bowl. And
And then dip our bullets in it. And then shoot people with
Who
them.
does that?
The zombie guys in Cross.
I've heard of that book. Yeah.
oh,
Yay!
that's it. I'm out of here.
It's like the
And I'm done.
That's all it took to get rid of Big Monkey.
Yeah, well, he hasn't read that one. In the recent the web series that they put out for Across, Wish You Were Here, they came so close to actually explaining the whole thing, and then like, no, he's nuts. Doesn't worry about it. It's like, no.
But back to Spider-Man. Have we ever seen, I mean, you've been reading Spider-Man just as long as I have, and cartoons and everything. Have we ever seen that little trick that he pulls? He shoots the web, puts his finger on the web shooter so that the web splits into 4 different lines.
I don't think we've seen it actually done.
I mean, he
like
does
how
it.
He does it, but we've seen that he can make different web patterns before.
Yeah.
But this is the first time that they're showing how he would do it.
I rewound that part like 5 times the first time I looked at it. It's like, that looks amazing.
So it's kind of got like
So-
a Play-Doh Fun Factory
Yeah,
setup
I mean,
there.
he
Yeah, he
just-
has a little
just
star
changes
thing that he
his-
puts in front of it. and-
He just
That
changes the
explains how he does
stream
like
of
the
it.
web balls and
Yeah,
all
yeah.
that stuff done.
Yeah, yeah,
Now-
exactly. Web balls make sense because it's just double, click, 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 click on the web shooter.
Yeah.
But this one, and this is the first real look we've seen of the web shooter in
Yeah.
Amazing Spider-Man 2, and it looks like the one that S.H.I.E.L.D. gives him in the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoons.
Well,
It's
hell,
very,
I'm just
very
happy
similar
it's a
looking.
goddamn mechanical web shooter.
Yeah, not
again,
part of his
so-
arm. Yeah, I'm with you
So-
on that one.
Here's the official Alex Hall prediction for Amazing Spider-Man 2. In the
Emphasis on the dick.
Alex sad.
trailer, me am incredible soak. No, so my prediction is in the preview, we see Spider-Man catching Mary Jane. Now, Gwen Stacy. Pardon me.
Gwen Stacy, idiot.
Yeah, get out of here.
He said Mary Jane earlier, and it's
Yes.
perfect.
Well, at least there's an excuse for it.
There is. So he catches Gwen Stacy in the trailer. Now, I don't know whether or not that will be her death in this film. I do think Gwen Stacy will die in this film. I truly do.
I don't find it hard to believe.
I also think that the fight that we see between Harry and Spider-Man ends...
Which looks vicious.
Which looks very, very vicious. Well, I shouldn't say Harry. Maybe they're throwing us like a red herring here. Maybe it is another goblin in that fight scene. It's possible.
I don't think so, though. Because, I mean, the goblin's not wearing a mask or anything. But continue, sorry. Continue.
Whoever the goblin is that he's fighting in that fight scene, it is going to be the apparent death of that goblin. That is my prediction. I think they're going to do the death of Gwen Stacy and the death of the goblin.
Well, we know
in this film.
as far as Gwen Stacy, she can't stick around forever. Bitch,
And they already
gotta
killed
go.
her dad,
So
which happened in issue 90. So I think, if they did 90 issues in one movie, they can do 33 or 31 issues in a second movie. So
It was Norman that killed her, though, right?
it was.
Yeah, that's
and
what I
then
thought.
Spider-Man... No, Norman actually killed himself. He impaled himself with the glider. With the glider.
Yeah.
So.
Which we saw in a Sam Raimi movie.
We did.
As well, and they did a good job.
But I
of
think
it
we're
as
going
well.
to see the apparent death
Of Gwen.
of a goblin.
Of Harry.
Yeah, and Gwen's one of the ones that actually stays dead.
Yep. Gwen, Captain Stacy, and Uncle Ben.
it's like a
They're
real...
old, and his parents. So really, Spider-Man is
And I'm
the
not all that
exception.
sure about the parents.
parents came
No,
back.
his
No,
parents...
they were clones.
They were clones,
They were
yeah, you're
clones.
right.
Doesn't count.
Okay, but they stay dead insofar as once they die, they don't come back. That doesn't stop them from revisiting
There were clones
Peter
of-
Parker's
there were clones of Gwen
presence
Stacy.
in the history,
There were
in their
clones of Gwen
history
Stacy.
before they died, not
Yeah.
after they died.
Yeah, but it's a
Before
clone.
they
It's not
die,
like it
they go
shares-
back and
yeah.
Well,
so they're
it's
not
the-
really dead. They
They are
just
dead.
this is Peter Parker's parents before they died,
Yeah.
and they tell the story that way.
They have
And an
they have
example-
stories of Gwen Stacy before she died.
Yes. And
Yes.
one
Coming
of my
after she died.
least favorite, most hated Spider-Man stories was it called Sin's Past?
Oh.
Where she had twins. Gwen Stacy
Yeah.
had Norman Osborn's twins, and they come back to find Peter Parker, and it's like, holy shit, this is a shitty book. It was horrible. It was about 5 years ago.
Yeah, I
They
remember that one.
Spider-Man's like extended family is the exception to the comic book rule where dead isn't dead. Because when somebody he cares about dies,
He carries them.
yeah, exactly. It's added to his emotional baggage.
Yeah.
And it never gets lifted. It never gets like opened up and hey, you were wrong, they aren't dead. So I think Carly Cooper's gonna die.
She has to.
Yeah.
How else can they get out of that story?
And I think that Anna Maria is gonna die.
I love that little character. I don't mean to be I didn't mean to call her a little character. She's a little person.
I think
but
that's what's going to crush Otto.
I think so
and
too.
that's what's going to allow Peter Parker to reassert himself.
I can't see her continuing in Spider-Man. She's Doc Ock's girlfriend at the moment, or Spock, Spider-Rock. You're right. I can't see a place for her in the future of the Spider-Man universe if Parker is coming back.
Oh, guys,
but the Carly Cooper story, you're right. There's simply no way. She's been goblinized. There's no way
you
for
can
her.
ungoblinize her, but I think she'll die.
Yeah,
She'll die for the cause.
I'd be happy if Menace died too.
Consider the source on this one, but nerds.
Anyway, that Amazing Spider-Man 2 promo.
You
I mean,
guys-
I was happy on the last promo. This one's even better.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I've been sort of out of Marvel for a while now.
Yeah.
You guys are seriously rekindling my love of Spider-Man.
Oh,
so-
the story is so
Pick up the
good,
trades
man.
for Superior.
Yeah,
Oh, done.
yeah,
Do it. It
Yeah.
is
Done.
a fun book.
yeah, and it won't take much. I mean, it's only
30.
year-
It's going to
yeah,
be 30
I mean,
issues.
the
year and a
last
half.
Marvel trade I picked up was, I think, Death of Captain America.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
We saw a new Captain America trailer too. A little
We
bit
did.
more, a little bit more Bucky and stuff. Or
Yeah.
oh, I just ruined it. A little bit more Winter Soldier.
Oh, well, we got over it.
I know. Spoiler alert.
Tiptoeing
No
about-
bitching.
around that one at work.
Yeah, I
I
know.
think
My
we've
coworkers
talked
don't know.
about this
Yeah, I know,
several
I know.
times
Yeah.
already.
But the him
We
Captain
gotta
America
abuse
running.
the new listeners as well.
Yeah, that's right.
We
But it
have a
looks
new
great.
listener.
I'm in theory. You know.
Wait.
And we're only 2 weeks
Well,
away from Captain America.
Since you already spoiled it, are you really spoiling that much?
What do
No,
you
they
mean?
haven't been
What do you
shying
mean?
away from it.
Like I saw the first one, and the thing that you just said really doesn't mean a lot to me.
That Bucky is Winter Soldier?
Yeah, it will, I'm sure, when I watch the movie, but it won't actually ruin it for me.
But you
I'm
know who
still-
Bucky is, right?
No.
Like, he's his... we're going to just completely ruin it. He's his child sidekick from World War II.
Right.
So Captain America goes into battle with a small kid,
Except
which
in the
was...
movie where
No,
he's
in the
not.
thing.
movie,
And-
but
in
he's
the
not,
movie,
they're
right.
friends.
Yeah,
In the movie,
no,
they're
I understand.
friends.
I understand. But I'm just saying
You
this
know
is who
the
Bucky
buddy
Barnes
who
is.
fell off the train?
Yeah.
That's
Lost his
Bucky.
arm.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
Okay.
Bucky.
So we're not supposed to know that Winter Soldier is his lost buddy.
In the
They're not
comic
really-
book, it was a huge thing. 'Cause everyone
Yeah.
had more or less forgotten about Bucky at that point.
Yeah.
Right.
Or at least the original Bucky Barnes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, to go back to our dying to be dead or dying not
Yeah.
to die in comics, Bucky was the guy. He was before Uncle Ben. He was before Gwen Stacy. He was the guy that died and never came back until 5 years ago, 4 years ago,
Like 10 years ago. Not
10,
even.
even that far.
Yeah.
8 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, I
It was a while
suppose. I
ago.
was
Yeah.
still living in Edmonton.
They're both kind of comic franchises.
Considering how much of a spoiler that was,
But there's
I'm
definitely
still
something
just
there.
as excited to see that.
Oh,
fucking
the movie's
movie.
going to be great. The
And-
first one's
and-
so good.
And I'm not even a huge fan, but I saw something. I don't know if it was a cartoon or maybe I just read a Wikipedia page, but I think you know it's coming. And you have to do a pretty stellar job of avoiding everything to not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe-
no,
maybe I'm
you're,
wrong.
you're not wrong. But like one of the women
But you're not right.
at my day job was kind of quizzing me because she watches Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and all this stuff. So what's the deal with Coulson? It's like, I don't know, probably an LMD. And she's like, oh, what's that? I'm like, oh Christ, you don't even read comic books. This is a long discussion.
This should be fun.
But the other day she was like, so why is Captain America a thing? I'm like, well, he's Captain America, but he has no powers. Like, he's Captain America.
Yeah.
And he does sort of have powers.
He has more powers than Batman
The
does.
Yeah, but I mean,
maximum
like-
human potential.
But all like most of the agents in the S.H.I.E.L.D. episode are in the TV series are fairly badass in their own right. So like, what makes Captain America?
But if it came to one-on-one with Captain America, he would wipe the floor with those agents.
With all of them.
Yeah, but it's virtually impossible to explain that to somebody that doesn't get
Yeah.
it. He's a living legend. He's Captain America. Just
Yeah.
He's
he
injected
punched Hitler in the nuts, then in the face.
Funny. Talking trades, you said that the last Marvel trade you picked up was Death of Captain America. I picked up Sheltered on your
Yes.
recommendation from a couple weeks ago, and I finally read it last night. And this is where my new most hated character comes from, a young boy named Lucas.
Oh yeah.
Who is the ringleader that
Yeah.
decides to... Yeah, have you read it? Yeah.
I've read the first three
one.
issues.
Yeah. He is my new Laurie / Carl of The Walking Dead. He is my character where I'm reading it and I'm thinking, what the fuck are you thinking? This makes no sense, and you've got everybody following you, and he's so infuriating, which is a beautiful testament to the writing. The fact that I'm into this character and hating him so much. Great book. Don't love the art, though. The art doesn't do much for me.
I'm a big fan of that artist, and I don't know why. Because technically, it's not really good on any level, but it's just evocative.
That's why comic books are awesome, though. Because you just...
Oh, speaking of not loving art, are you done with my copy of Uber?
yeah. Sorry.
Why are
I'll bring
comic
that
books
back to you.
awesome? I want to know what you're about to go to.
I mean, you have so much to latch onto, and there's so much that like one person can love versus the other person can
absolutely.
hate, whether it be story, character, or art. There's so much that somebody can just latch onto or just reject fundamentally. The guy who's doing She-Hulk now, he was doing FF. I cannot remember his name for the life of me.
It's not Gage.
No, but it's like very like pop art, like
Oh, the guy
cartoony.
from iZombie and
Eyes on. Oh, Mike Allred.
No, I don't.
Ecstatics.
Hold on,
That's Mike
anyway.
Allred you're
Yeah,
thinking
yeah.
of. Mike Allred's now doing Silver Surfer.
Silver Surfer,
with
yeah.
Dan Slott.
Yeah,
I love
which
Mike
I'm
Allred.
okay with that. Like I don't know if
I
it's
think the
just
pop
style
art
better.
style Silver Surfer is probably a pretty cool concept.
It looks like it's going to... And it's Dan Slott writing it, who's been writing Spidey forever.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to pick that up finally, but I don't know. I just there's so much somebody can latch onto, and like it could be written by somebody I love, But if the art's shitty, I can't read it, or it'll be amazing art. So
It doesn't matter how much I hate the art. If the story's good, I will stick with it. I am the odd breed that is in comics not for the pictures but for the words, for sure. The art, I'll keep
why
going.
You read Garth Ennis.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm not a Steve Dillon fan very much at all.
Have you read Red Team?
Red Team? No, I have not. Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, he wrote Cross.
No, it is all right. I apologize.
Is it Mike?
No, it is. But I don't know. It looks a little bit different from
Madman.
Yeah,
was his main title.
Yeah,
that was great stuff. The artist for Shelter, to bring that back around, lives in Canada. He's out in Vancouver. His name's Johnny Christmas.
Yes,
great name, awesome name. So I want to support him in that. But it's like every sixth panel or so, he forgets to draw a face. Or,
yeah, I know, right?
I noticed it a few times on the main character.
It always feels like painted over like sketches.
Yeah, like it's almost like there's a step missing.
Exactly.
Like the background will fade away halfway through the panel.
Like he's just told off his inker every so often.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I mean, the story's great. It was a really fast read. I read the first trade in probably 30 minutes last night.
Well, it's one of the ones that it kind of snuck up on me. I literally picked it up on a pre-apocalypse tale. Well, it's got apocalypse in the title. Yeah. Give it a go.
Yeah, no, I'd recommend it for $10 for the first trade. Thank you, Image.
And the monthlies have a little before the letter page. They've got excerpts from PrepNet.
Oh yeah,
which is just a website for crazy people that you would see on the Doomsday Preppers or all that. You know? And this is why this super volcano is going to kill us all.
That's fun.
Yeah,
I don't think I'll be picking it up in floppies, but every once in a while when the trade comes out, I'll keep this story going for sure.
Excellent.
Good recommendation. Thanks, man.
I'm glad you liked it.
It's not a bad book.
No, I like I say, I enjoyed it. I went right through it. I didn't put it down. I read the whole thing, and I am infuriated by Lucas. But you're supposed to be. He's like, a 14-year-old kid that just convinced all of his friends to kill all of their parents. So obviously his brain is fucked up. So you're not supposed to like this kid.
Well, you don't generally like 14-year-olds in general.
That's a good point. I didn't like myself when I was 14.
Why does everyone want to hit Carl so much?
Well, that's it. Exactly.
Pulido is the name of the artist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Pulido, anyway, the artist for She-Hulk?
Yeah. Anyway.
Don't know the name.
So are you guys reading the new She-Hulk?
Yeah, I like the first issue.
Yeah.
I haven't read the second yet. I like the concept. I'm giving all the new series, just like I always do, 2 issues to grab me.
Has anything grabbed you recently?
I liked Winter Soldier #1.
The Bitter Road, or
Bitter March.
Bitter March. Sorry,
Bitter March was good. I liked Miss Marvel, I liked Miss Marvel #1, and I liked Captain Marvel #1.
Captain Marvel's back?
No. It's still Carol Danvers.
Oh, okay.
Miss Marvel is now that teen.
Yeah, the
girl.
Ethnic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if Marvel is sticking with their concept of trying to bring in female readership,
I still haven't read
female characters that aren't just eye candy. It's not a bad way to go.
Oh no, I'm all for it for sure.
I still haven't read Punisher #1. I have it waiting for me. Daredevil #1 came out today. I'm excited for that. I really liked how they ended, how Wade ended the last book.
So is the new one a full series? Or
it looks like they moved Daredevil to San Francisco.
Is there a difference for Marvel anymore?
No.
They moved Daredevil to San Francisco?
That's how it ended with issue 36.
Isn't that interesting?
San Francisco is an interesting choice. I would have thought Los Angeles because Daredevil, City of Angels.
Well, the last volume ends with Daredevil revealing that he is in fact
Matt Murdock.
Well, with Matt Murdock revealing that he is Daredevil, and he gets disbarred. Foggy, who is battling cancer.
What, all the felonies?
No, he gets disbarred for lying, basically.
About being Daredevil?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Frequently.
Makes sense.
He and Foggy are both disbarred. They lose their practice. Foggy is currently battling cancer, and loses all of his healthcare coverage because they were disbarred and had to close the practice.
Isn't one of the Venom dealies a cure for cancer now? Can't they just...
Oh, yeah. The anti-venom one.
That's Mr. Negative. And yeah, but Venom isn't Venom.
Negative?
Yeah.
That's a guy. That's a person.
That's a good character, too.
Yeah.
Is he just an asshole? Like, in one cute guy. Oh, Mr. Negative.
Boss, we need your help. We need you to kick Spider-Man's ass. I don't want to.
I don't feel like it today.
What is he, bipolar bear?
Just come and get me whenever you need me, guys. Let me come and help you.
I don't know. Say what you will about Marvel. They know how to name a character.
That's right.
More things about Marvel. I know we're talking about kind of on a Marvel bent right now. But you guys, I think we talked... You guys didn't watch the Marvel's Assembling a Universe special, which was... last night's kind of placeholder, I guess, for yet another missed week of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, man, that show's taking forever.
Well, it'll be back in a D4 episode. So.
Yeah. Can we actually roll a D4 and see if that matches? Because that would be amazing. Basically, it was 45 minutes of Marvel fanboy movie masturbation, right? Like they just leading like interviews. And...
So you loved it.
Oh yeah, it was great. It was like I'm not caught up on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but I watched this.
We are validating your life.
Yeah, pretty much.
Your life is validated by watching this show.
Like, seriously, every time somebody says something on the show, I'm like, well, I already knew that.
Smart Alec.
Smart Alex.
I don't know why that's funny. I've heard that like all my life.
But seldom as well delivered.
Yes, it was. So no, it's exciting. They released some images in the special, which have now made the rounds on the internet. Of course, they released an image for the Scarlet Witch, one for Quicksilver, both for the
Age of Ultron
movie. They also released an awesome picture of Hulk versus Hulkbuster Iron Man.
Woo! Is that where these pictures came from? They all showed up this morning on the internet. Oh, I was wondering why there were 6 new pictures.
Oh my god. And there's another picture of one of the people doing like lighting tests on set, standing next to the Hulkbuster glove. Now, it looks like a relatively small-ish woman, but she's standing next to the Hulkbuster glove. Like the power arm, just the forearm and the hand. And it is the size of her. It is going to be amazing.
Until the Hulk grabs it and pulls the arms off of it.
Opens him like a tuna can.
Yeah, and goes, hey, watch this. I'll just blow the meat right out of the center.
Like crawfish.
Eating a crawfish.
Just like,
Wasn't there like they showed somebody from behind or something? There was another picture of someone that was just shown from behind, and people were like, holy fuck, that looks so amazing.
Well, they had a picture of
there's half a dozen.
It looks like a big
Drax. They had a picture of
muscle
Drax from
Yeah,
behind,
that's what
and
it was.
you also saw Ronan and Nebula.
Ronan, that's the one that I heard a bunch of people were going apeshit about.
Ronan is... I don't think he's going to be a true bad guy, though.
He's
I
the
think he'll
misunderstood
be...
guy.
He's going to be
Marvel
sent
style.
on a mission by the Kree, and he'll realize, I think, I think that they will become allies eventually. If
Wait, is it Ronan Hawkeye?
No.
No, different Ronan.
We're talking about Ronan the Accuser.
Yeah.
Oh, apologies.
Yeah. The guy with the big hammer.
Right.
Oh my god. And again, and I know you mentioned it last night at GVN,
Ronan was also Speedball.
we have to see this movie.
The Guardians?
Yes.
Oh, God,
Everyone needs to pay money to see this movie
I
in
can't promise
theaters.
that part.
you should have heard the cheer when people started to put together that if they paid to go see this movie once, it would make enough money that everything would go on the air.
And not only with Marvel.
Oh,
like
yeah.
you said.
No,
Like, it will open the
Image.
door for everything.
Yeah.
If the movie studios realize, wait a minute, we can make serious money doing this. Okay.
With characters that people like me aren't
don't know, and they're goofy characters if you think about them on paper. I mean, they work for us because we've been reading them, but Rocket Raccoon and Groot are goofy characters. So,
but they've already released like children's toys for Groot and Rocket Raccoon.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I remember back when I was younger, for punk shows and metal shows, you went and you drank, even if you weren't into it, because there might not be another one if the bar didn't make money.
Exactly.
And it's like, that's where we've reached as geeks for geek culture.
That's an interesting analogy.
Throw money at it.
Yeah, and
I've
we're
gone
terrible.
to see Veronica Mars twice because I loved that Kickstarter concept and I loved that TV show a ton.
Well, nerds as a group are terrible for actually paying to see movies, generally speaking.
Yes.
Yeah.
If it's something that we really love, yeah, sure. But
otherwise, we spend our money on collectibles.
yeah, and then
we buy
pirate
the statues, exactly.
We buy the statues,
Yeah.
So
I don't
We're,
pirate movies.
in general, I'm
No,
saying.
no, I get, I understand, but it's not something I'm perfectly happy to go without. If you cannot make a movie, make me want to see it, then...
make you want to pay to see it. And as a legally a valid and totally factual response to that, for any lawyers who are listening, I only pay to see movies as well.
As a member of the Public Broadcasting Corporation of Canada, I also only pay top dollar. I won't even pay for it if it's on sale.
Hey guys, what the fuck are you talking about? I download movies all the time. Sorry.
I like going to the theater.
Yeah,
I
me
like
too.
the popcorn. I like the big
Problem is,
screen.
I hate everyone else.
Oh God,
There's always somebody who's eating like a crinkly candy something.
I'm sorry.
Seriously.
or laughing at inappropriate moments.
Oh my god, like that bitch when I went to see Avengers. You stupid cunt.
2 years later, and he's still angry.
Seriously, she ruined Coulson's non-death scene.
How? Tell the story.
Okay, so the entire movie, she's being annoying. Like, I get it. I'm a nerd. I've been waiting for this my whole nerd life to see all these superheroes together in one film. And the bitch just starts, like, every time something exciting happens, everybody will have their reaction, and then she'll go, Eee! So,
A follower.
fine.
Kick her ass.
Oh,
Then-
it
He
gets better.
couldn't. He decided. I
Coulson
can't take it.
dies. Okay, he's dying on screen in front of us, and the entire theater, you could feel it. You could feel just the heartbreak in the room. And well past the moment of reacting, she goes, "Oh," ultra loud for everyone to hear. So I
It
said,
gets better.
She's 2 rows behind me. So I say, and thanks for ruining a horribly touching moment. Something along those lines. And then the guy directly behind me, who was directly in front of her, says, try ruining the whole movie. So it was like a nice little, yeah!
It's not just me!
Nerds unite!
So, and then when the movie was finally over, I turned around, like, she stayed to the end of credits, and I turned around, I was just like, what the fuck? Like,
Yes.
And did she engage?
You all so much.
she said she didn't appreciate, she's like, I'm sorry, I experienced the movie very strongly. It was I was
30 seconds later,
the rest of us.
I was having a very strong emotional reaction to it, and I don't appreciate you attacking me like this. And I said, no, if you want to see attacking, feel free to follow me into the parking lot. But I'm not attacking you. I'm voicing my displeasure with the fact that you ruined my movie. And she said, well, that wasn't my intention. You know, I haven't been able to see a movie for 2 years because I have these strong social issues. And I said, well, clearly you should have waited longer than 2 years to see a fucking movie. And then I
Should've
walked
waited for
out.
Avengers 2.
Jesus
Funny.
Christ. And
Congratulations. She's not going to see another movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Good.
You've
45
ruined
years.
it.
You know what? She was with a guy, and the guy looked familiar. So I'm sure he's part of nerd circles, and I'm sure they both are. And you know what? Yeah, okay. I probably shouldn't have been that big a dick about it.
No, you
No, you
were
should've.
well within your right.
No, I shouldn't have
would
been
too.
that big a dick. because I was a really big dick about it. I could have taken a little bit higher road. I'm not saying I shouldn't have said anything, because I think that we pussyfoot around things too often as
We're
a
so
society.
Canadian. We're so
I
Canadian.
think
really
we
are.
need, I'm not saying I should punch people who displease me, but I think as a society we should be better at calling somebody out when they're being an inconsiderate prick. There's a reason why I don't open a big fucking bag of crinkly candy, individually wrapped candies, and
See, and similarly, we should get better at being called out for those things.
Exactly.
And not be like
And just
fuck
say
you,
sorry.
buddy. Just be like, oh, you're right. That was kind of a...
But there are people, and she sounds like one, that can't help themselves. The equivalent to this for me...
so stay home.
Exactly. And here's my hatred in this story. Movies, it doesn't bother me as much. I can tune everybody out somehow. Concerts. I go to a lot of concerts and have for years and years and
Somebody
years.
holds up an iPad.
Well, that, but whatever. I just move away. No. Mine... Were you there last night?
It's totally Headley fan.
Yeah. No, mine is the people that don't go out very often, but, whoever... Bob Dylan's in town. They're going to go see Bob Dylan. They haven't been to a concert since 1979, but they're going to this concert. 14, 15, 16 seconds into the song, they just recognize what song he's playing, so they have to clap. It's like, fuck off! He's playing the song. I don't give a shit that you up in the shitty seats just recognize what song he's about to play.
They tell their friends,
Just shut
this is
up.
this one!
Yeah,
Oh
or
my
the
God.
people that yell out song requests from the audience.
Yeah,
saw
set
John
lists are
Prine.
set
Yeah,
already. What
well,
the
John
hell?
Prine, right at the Metro Center a couple of years ago. This guy's 70 years old. He's played these tunes a million times. You yelling out from the back of the stage, and you're not going to be yelling out and go, "Play Lydia Goes to Mars." Oh fuck, I forgot about that song. You're not going to influence them. Shut the fuck up. Anyway,
I remember
you touched on a
going
soft
to
spot.
see Billy Bragg at
Oh, nice.
the Marquee. Oh,
Yeah.
great show. I think because the two groups of 50-year-olds in front of me wouldn't shut the fuck
know.
up through the entire goddamn...
And it's those groups. My biggest complaints are from a John Prine concert that I saw, a Chris Christopherson concert, a George Jones concert. It's like,
So it's
listen,
old
old
assholes.
people. Yes, old people. Stay home and listen to your records.
Like,
Now, I've been alive for 67 years,
Yeah.
so I do what I want.
Exactly. If I want to clap halfway through the song, I'm going to clap.
just basic
It's like-
gig etiquette. It's
Exactly.
not hard to figure out.
Yeah, exactly. If
Fuck
you're on the
you,
floor, you can walk
people.
around, you can move around. If you're sitting in the seats, sit the fuck down.
This just reminded me of one of the times that this happened to me. I went to see Hero or Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. And in Kung Fu movies, when you're really good at Kung Fu, you can fly or you can jump really high. And this...
Or
this,
as they put it in, is it Samurai Jack? Jump good.
Jump good.
jump good. So every time someone started flying, this couple next to me would burst out laughing and be like, what, are they just going to fly for the whole movie? I'm like, this is a fucking beautiful movie.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. I was like, yes, they're going to fly for the whole movie. Do you go to fucking RoboCop and go, what, is he part robot or something? Fucking
You're gonna keep
up.
shooting everybody.
Is
he's a
Kurtwood
robot
Smith
and
just
a
gonna
cop.
keep shooting cops through the whole movie?
Suck a dick, you fucking asshole.
But how do you
Yes,
not know
they
that's a
fly.
thing? I mean, I guess with Crouching Tiger, it was
the
a
first
big
major one.
first major
For the
one
West?
for-
And they
Yeah,
hit it
for
a
the
little
West,
bit too,
yeah.
yeah.
But damn, that was a beautiful movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, still a
shut
great
I'm
movie.
going to go watch that
So-
when I get home.
So, if you don't know how to react to things in a normal, subdued manner, or at least if you're going to get excited with everyone else.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's my point. Exactly. There's a time to clap.
If you
there's a
can't
time
do
to laugh.
that, stay home. Nobody
Or
wants
at
you
least
there.
Sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up.
Every single social phobia and anxiety that you have, if you can't do that, is true. Nobody likes you.
Exactly.
Nobody wants you there. Stay home.
Now you have lost us, our one new listener. You've just insulted our new listener.
Wow.
Funny.
I'm sorry. It's a sore spot for me. It's like, yeah, I'm a dick. I'm being a dick about it, and I don't feel that strongly about it. Like, I'm all for people getting outside of their comfort zones and going out and doing shit. That's fantastic. And hey, go see movies, go to shows, but just be considerate.
Yeah.
If you honestly don't think that you can see something and be considerate to those people around you,
Beat it.
don't.
You're asking people who... you're asking somebody who is blind to describe the color blue.
Then stay home.
But
That's all I'm saying.
but they don't...
Study your colors.
You don't...
They don't realize that
they don't
they're-
realize that they're blind. They are just...
Then I call on every single human being to be better at not being an asshole when something is called out about them.
Oh, okay. Get in line.
Yeah, people have called me out for shit, and yeah, occasionally I get a little defensive, but if more than one person has said the same thing to me,
then it's
then
probably
the
you.
second time somebody says something to me, like the first time, I'll usually get a little defensive. The second time somebody says something to me, I'm like, oh shit. You know what?
Or-
There's something there.
If
Yeah.
the way
Yeah.
they do it is in a way where you know that they just don't like you and they're just picking at you. Like if it's someone that comes at you a certain way and they say something, it can even be something that you normally get defensive about. But if you know that they're like, well, for the good of the people here, or for your own good, or for whatever.
Yeah.
If their higher good is their intent,
Yeah.
and not just I don't like this guy, so I'm going to start being a dick to him.
I was being an asshole during the Avengers thing. I will admit that.
Yeah, but that's
You were
because
pissed off.
Yeah.
it was building up in your spine. You waited a long time
The
to
whole
go see
fucking movie.
that. Right. I might have fucking put that lady in the sharpshooter. I'm just saying.
Or it's like the
That's a good reference. Nice little
line
Bret the
from,
Hitman Hart reference.
from Justified. If you leave the house and meet an asshole, you met an asshole. But if you leave your house and everybody you meet is an asshole, you're the asshole.
Yeah.
You're not in traffic, you are traffic.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a friend.
No,
I
you
work
don't.
with him. I have one friend. I have one friend. I have him on Facebook.
You're the
His
asshole.
name is Ving Rames. He added me.
Mark Zuckerberg.
It's that Matt guy from MySpace or whatever that guy's name. Tom. There we go.
Oh my god. That's an esoteric reference.
So I have a friend from work who he's a theory that he thinks, and I can't help but agree. He thinks the world would be a better place if everyone was given one free punch per year that they could dole out to any one person, consequence free. Okay?
You know, you would beat the Prime Minister to death in a day.
No, 1 year. One punch a
So
year.
each person
Yeah,
gets
and
one
no rollover.
punch.
No rollover.
Now, a lot of people would choose to punch
Oh,
the
I
same
see.
person.
Sorry, PigMonkey. I see what
So
you're saying. Yeah.
certainly some, but there you go. So
They die.
you know that if you've been punched more than once, even if you get one person's one punch for that year, consequence free, you know that you should probably
Stop being Bill
reevaluate.
Gates.
Well, you should
Little
reevaluate
introspective.
your behavior. You get 2 punches, each person gets one free punch to dole out a year, and you receive 2 punches in 1 year. You realize, like, that's a moment when you realize,
You're a piece of shit.
shit.
Okay, no, wait.
Wait,
No,
I can think of a couple of people that would want to punch
yeah,
me.
there are more than a few people. There are people who you get on the wrong day who are just, you know what? You're on my
they waste their
fucking
one
list.
punch.
Yeah.
But
But
that's
it's
their
not-
one
no,
punch.
It's not like, I don't know. I disagree. I know enough people that, like both of my brothers, and they love me, but given
They would
a
still
chance
waste
at a
their
consequence-free punch.
They would waste their one punch on you?
Oh, hell yeah.
I
Wow.
think
They don't love
with
you.
this system that you're advocating. Well, Nickelback would need a new front man.
I'm all right with that. I like this system.
Keep in mind
Bring it
that
on.
your one punch that you had per year would also be like a major release. It would be
would.
like you would be like ready to snap and kill people or commit suicide, and you'd be like, "Oh my god, I have my one punch."
Oh, I got
and
it.
then you go and you deck them, and you just be like, "Never mind, I'm good. I needed that." It's
And
like
we can
therapy.
we all have to do it on one day. Boxing Day. Completely new meaning to Boxing Day.
I like
It would make the line at Future Shop a lot shorter.
I like the idea. I like the idea of just any day Like, and hey, especially if you get punched in January,
Yeah.
you know
I
that you're
gave
an
up his
asshole.
11 months.
You
yeah.
need to reevaluate.
So if you don't use it up by December 31st, it's gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No rollover minutes on this
Punched
punch.
where?
Yeah.
Punched where?
In the face.
In the
In
ass.
the
yeah.
face?
In the
Yeah.
face.
And they knock out teeth or break your nose or
Socialized medicine.
crush
Love it.
crush one of your eye sockets because
It has to be
what happens?
a
What
reasonable
happens?
punch.
What happens when a professional
Listen,
who
Pig
does
Monkey,
that
you're
walks
fucking
up
you're
and
picking
just
this apart.
Hey, Pigmonkey's
No,
really
so-
scared of getting punched.
All I'm saying is I can understand.
I'm scared of
I can
punching
understand
somebody.
Right, and then,
why.
yeah.
I can understand why
Consequence-free.
your brothers want to punch you. Okay, is what I'm saying.
Let's cash in our punches right now.
Yeah, that's it. Here we go.
Oh, this
And-
is gonna be sweet.
And there is no punch that is consequence free because what happens? You walk up, you like pound somebody, and they go, "Wait a second,
I have one.
I have one."
Yeah, I have one of those.
No,
Yeah,
you
but
shake
that
it.
person
But then they're
gets
wasting it.
But then that person uses their punch. Okay,
Can,
done.
can I punch somebody in the throat? Can it just
Throw a punch. That might kill.
Before we move on from this,
a punch in the head?
I don't
can
think we're
kill.
going anywhere too quick.
who would you guys punch?
It's a great question. I've been
You-
trying to think of an
let's
answer
say-
for 5 minutes now.
Let's say you have 6 months in the past, and maybe no.
Let's
it
go
has
back
be
to
the past
January.
year. Yeah.
We'll go back to January 1st
Right.
till now.
You get one person to punch.
I wouldn't have used it yet.
Yeah, you're saving it.
For
a
like,
rainy day.
I'm not even 3 full months into
Right.
the year. I wouldn't have used
Yeah,
it
but
yet.
if the right person came up, you'd use it.
Yeah, but I
You just
there's
haven't
nobody
yet.
I would have met yet that I would have used it on.
Yeah. I know who I would use mine on. I wouldn't have used it yet, though. There's a particular team that we play in my softball summer league that I fucking hate, and we all hate. And there's one guy in particular who literally came up to bat at one point last year with a smoke in his mouth while he was batting. I would punch that motherfucker. I already know. Put me down for one punch.
All right, Babe
a
Ruth.
smoking baseball motherfucker. Yeah.
Okay. and
We hate playing that team.
Maybe
Fuck
this
you,
is-
Royals.
Maybe this is too like crime fighty, but the dude that killed that woman and took her car and his girlfriend.
Yeah.
that
Oh,
yeah,
guy,
yeah,
When
yeah.
I saw his face, I was like,
That's a
wish
punchable
I wish
face.
you could just the police would just hold him and give me one shot at him,
No, I
and then you
know.
can take him away. I would love to
Yeah.
deck that guy.
Well, him, you know what? The girlfriend too.
Oh, both.
Yeah.
Honestly.
But I'd want to keep my punch a little more personal, I think.
Yeah, I
like
would
that guy.
too.
That guy's gonna get raped in jail many times. He's
no,
getting his.
His girlfriend isn't without sin here.
Yeah, no, I agree. I
she's
totally
a
agree.
fucking
But I
cunt.
just feel better hating
Yeah.
a guy.
Yeah.
No,
about
you know
you,
what?
Gavin?
The
I don't
second
think
you get to
I
that
saved mine
level,
up. I think December 31st.
You
is
get to
when
that
you
level.
Really, have to watch out for me.
Really?
New Year's Eve is a good night to punch somebody
the
because there's a lot
second
of
you get to
jackasses.
that
out.
level that you're killing your roommate,
Yeah. No, I
You have
agree
the
with you,
second
man.
punch right after you.
Totally worth it.
See you next year.
no,
Too funny.
see you in 2 years, motherfucker. Just gone for 2 years. Show up.
Bam.
I don't know.
Too good.
How about you?
Who you punching, Derek? Or
That
you're punching
guy.
the guy in the
I
news?
think, let's see. No, I can't think of one right now.
Not yet.
I'm sure
It's
there
so
were one.
early in the
no,
year.
but the thing is, like, I can hate someone's guts and let them go and just be shit. There are a couple people that I wouldn't mind smacking around a bit
Why are you looking at me?
because I have to look at one of you guys.
And you're the cutest.
Oh,
It's a tough room, though. So.
I don't know. I'll get back to you guys. I'll put some thought into this, and I'll give you a good answer
Okay.
either by the end of the show
Last
or
year?
next week.
last year.
That's a good way to think of it.
There is a person I would have punched, but I can't say their name on any sort of recorded media. So
Someone we know.
Someone in the room,
I'm not.
perhaps.
I'm not.
Okay,
I'm
here's
not saying anything.
here's a side question. When was the last time any of you punched anybody? I can't. It's been
It's been a while.
like decades for me. I cannot even remember. I think
I got beat up.
Yeah,
I got
exactly.
beat up. Not
some
too long
kid
ago.
at the comic shop earlier
we looked
today.
down at Gavin's hand, and it's just covered in blood and scars.
I tell you, but the first rule is I'm not allowed to talk
Yeah,
about
really.
it.
The second rule's not allowed to talk about it. But no, it would have been back when I was at, I think, stage 9.
Yeah, I mean,
I've been
No,
at a
my
concert
apologies.
before.
The Paragon.
Yeah.
how long ago would that have been?
A couple of years.
Oh, yeah. No, the last
It
fight.
wasn't in anger. It was I was breaking up a fight.
Oh, right, yeah. The last fight I was in was at Birdland, so that tells you how long ago that was. Birdland's been closed
Man, that was a
forever.
great venue.
Oh, I love Birdland for sure. I remember.
And you?
I was beat up a couple years ago by two guys. I didn't get a punch in.
Someone you knew, or you were just jumped?
I can't talk
Okay,
about it.
no worries. Still in front of the courts.
But
Statute of limitations. Yeah.
last time I punched someone legitimately 4 years ago. It was outside of a bar.
It's funny how that. So
I wasn't
alcohol,
drinking.
yeah.
Is the
Yeah,
interesting thing.
that's- but
Were
someone
they?
will be drunk and you'll want to-
Yes.
Yeah.
And people who drink tend to start things for
Yes.
some reason.
And I tend to finish them.
Or
Thank
4-year-olds. I was in the kitchen a couple of nights ago,
Jeez,
and
and 2.5.
and yeah, the
Jesus.
baby. I hear the baby start crying. He's 8 months old, and all of a sudden the 4-year-old comes flying around the corner. Papa, Papa, I'm sorry, I punched Sam. It's like, how did you punch your brother? He's just a tiny little guy. But yeah, for some reason, the
Still,
4-year-old
Credit for trying to get ahead of it.
yeah, he did come in right away and apologize. Yeah, it was quite funny.
Now, if the
But
baby
I didn't
hadn't
laugh,
cried-
obviously. Yeah, he never would have told me. Never would have told me.
Shit, that little fucker's gonna turn me
Yeah.
in. I better go. I better go.
That's a tough 2.5-year-old.
Yeah, too funny.
Just
Quick note.
Back
So-
to Geequals.
yeah.
The Giver trailer.
Mm.
The trailer for The Giver was released.
Oh, there's a few trailers for us to talk about this week. Yeah.
The Giver originally in this book, it may have been a little bit after your time. Basically, it's kind of required reading now for grade 8 in English classes. The idea is it's a
Fuck, I had to
dystopian.
read the Pearl.
It starts
I read that
as
too.
a kind of utopian sort of ideal. Everything's perfect. Nobody's sick. No war. Nothing like that. It's in a closed community. And the idea is when people are in, I think, grade 4 in the book, they get their assignment for life. So this is where they go to
Isn't it
work.
Like you're going to
for
be a
the rest of-
mechanic.
yeah.
You're going to be a coal miner.
And
Okay.
so this one child gets the role of receiver. And there's... yeah, I knew you guys were going to...
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh.
And so this old man, like this young boy will be a receiver until the giver dies, at which point he will become the new giver. And the idea is... he becomes the holder of all the memories of what society was
before sameness.
Also semen.
Way to get ahead of that.
But just on the face.
No. He's the holder of the semen.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Anyway, basically, bottom line is, it's an amazing book, and I don't want to give away too much about it to you guys because I really want you to read it. It's a short book.
Okay.
It's a grade 8 reading book, right? Like, it is easy to read.
I went to Cape Breton public schools. Will I be able to read it?
So I will get you the book on tape.
Okay, good. Thank you.
I'll probably.
And because you're from Cape Breton,
I'll probably need that.
because
too.
you're from Cape Breton, it will be an 8-track.
Good. I can listen to it in the truck.
No, but I do encourage everyone to read it. There's, are you guys okay with me spoiling something?
Yeah.
I just
hell
read the
yeah.
Wikipedia page while you were talking, so
Well,
go for it.
The bottom line is, it becomes clear at a very certain point in the book that everyone only sees things in black and white,
Literally.
and grayscale.
Literally.
Yes.
Okay.
They see grayscale basically.
Cool.
And I think the main character's name is Jonas. It's been a while since I've
It
read
is.
it. Thank you.
According to
He-
Wikipedia.
he starts seeing the color red first after receiving some of the giver's memories. So he sees a classmate's, or no, before receiving the giver's memories.
So he's
I think.
living in a Frank Miller comic book.
Yes,
I was
he sees-
thinking Schindler's List. He saw the little girl's
he
red
sees
jacket.
he sees a classmate's hair. He sees an apple, kind of doing something weird. He can't even describe it. And so while you're reading the book, you're like trying to figure out Why is he noticing her hair differently? Why is he noticing this apple differently? And then it becomes clear he's experiencing color for the first time in his life. And it's this really powerful part of the book. But watching the trailer for this movie, I was expecting, and I think everybody was expecting, for the first half of the movie to be in black and white. So I'm really wondering how they're going to show the difference in perception of the main character.
Some of the
because that's the
cutscenes
key
they show
element.
have really highly saturated colors in it. So
So maybe, hopefully, we still notice a difference in colors.
I mean, that was just one of the things I took away without knowing.
I didn't even notice that in the trailer. Now, I didn't watch it when it was on this screen. I watched it on my phone. So maybe there would be a bit
What's
of a
the
difference.
other one? The Signal?
The Signal.
The Signal was
That's
the other one
that came out
watched.
today. It looks really interesting.
But I'm
Except
cautiously
for
excited
Morpheus.
for Giver. Because...
It did. That was the first time when you showed us a trailer earlier today. That was the first time I had heard anything about it. But I totally
The trailer looks neat.
I would pay for that movie.
Yeah, it's a dystopian future type thing.
Yeah.
A couple of sequels
You had
to
me
that.
at dystopian future.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
But yeah, the Signal looks good.
The Signal looks really good too. Lawrence Fishburne, unfortunately, using his Morpheus voice to talk through the promo, but it might be one of those movies which is near impossible now that there might actually be a surprise in the movie that's not ruined before we
and
get
it
to
might be a good PG-13.
And it might be an
sci-fi.
actual good PG-13. I was a little disappointed when I noticed that it had a PG-13 rating. We've talked about that many times here.
So who made it? I saw, because I was only half paying attention.
No
but I
names.
saw like
No.
one of the things for like somebody referencing District 9. And,
It just said as imaginative sci-fi as District 9 is all it said.
nerds.
So it's not actually like Neil or any of those guys that are involved in it. But
The last thing that I have anyway, Ghostbusters 3 supposed to start filming in 2015.
there's no way it
Bill,
can be good.
good or bad? Go.
There's no way it can be good. No way.
Gavin,
unfortunately, I agree with Bill, but I want to be proven wrong.
PigMonkey.
It could be good, but it would require completely recasting, not rebooting, just doing the next generation.
Like Ghostbusters Extreme.
Ghostbusters. Yeah, Ghostbusters.
That was a great
Extreme.
show.
Wait, was that the one with the monkey?
It was a great idea. It had potential, but its execution was too childish.
And it was 13 episodes.
Yeah, but the execution, it was like Ghostbusters meet Minora Team. It didn't really.
It kind of reminded me of the Men in Black cartoon for some reason.
It had similar
animation.
Yeah. Derek, good or bad?
First of all, you're going to be always comparing it to, in my opinion, one of the greatest movies of all time.
Yeah,
Ghostbusters.
here.
It could be good if they have Donald Glover play Winston, Abed play fucking
Yes,
Dan Aykroyd,
I'm totally behind this.
and then I don't know, but like if they cast it right, and they have some good people behind it, it could be okay. But I'm not banking on it. I'm not putting any weight on that.
I love your idea. That's a great idea.
Dan Aykroyd will be a part of it because he's kind of a slut.
Yeah, he needs to. He
And
does
he loves
everything.
Sci-fi shit. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he just. But he
I
lapsed
love
on it.
Dan Aykroyd, but I saw him do a bit on Saturday Night Live where him and
Goodman.
Steve
Martin
redid the Too Wild and Crazy Guys,
Right.
and I mean it was great to see them again, but it
They're
just
phoning it
made
in.
me sad because like he's like
not wild.
really overweight, but you can tell he's moving with pain. Like he's not, and it's just like seeing people who I grew up watching, who I deeply like have a weird love for. I will admit, it's,
Dan Aykroyd? No, that's not a weird.
No,
love.
no, but it's like a celebrity love, which in my head is really strange because I don't know this guy. I don't know anything about him, but I like him. That's fucked up. Okay,
It is if you look at it like that. But I
Yeah.
mean, you also look at it with the fact that you watch them.
Yeah.
You're inviting them into our lives. Now that's a new invention.
Well,
Traditionally, evolutionarily speaking, anybody that you've seen, you know.
Yes.
So
and
it's easy
the
for us
longer-
to fall into
The
that.
longer you
But it's
look
not-
at somebody, the higher status you give them
Yeah.
over yourself.
Oh, that's interesting. But it's also not a newer invention or whatever word you use there
It is.
because but it's art. Like we like Dan Aykroyd's art. It's the same as enjoying Vincent Van Gogh. You know?
Different though. Vincent Van Gogh, you're looking at his pieces of art.
Yeah.
With Dan Aykroyd, okay, you're looking
He
at
is
his
his
quote art,
Is the
Yeah.
art,
but
man.
you are looking
Yeah.
at him.
Yeah.
So again, like we've been looking at cave paintings for hundreds of thousands of years, or tens of thousands. Anyway,
And if you go deep enough, you'll find a picture of the Blues Brothers on it.
true.
Yeah.
It's true. but actually associating that with a person,
Blues Brothers
is
3
new.
travel through time.
we're talking like even if with pictures, a couple hundred years.
Yeah. Not
Uh,
even, yeah.
So I mean, it's a major thing to actually be seeing somebody, and if they make it in
Yeah.
Hollywood or wherever, you're seeing them regularly.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
okay, evolutionarily speaking, it is weird that you love this person in a weird way,
Yeah.
but it's not weird because you see them and
Oh,
you like them.
I understand
so
it.
Yeah,
It's just still
it's
weird.
fucked up.
I love Jackie Chan more than I love my mom and dad.
Well, it's reasonable. You could beat both
I-
of them up.
Again, we just lost 2 listeners. Mom and Dad ordered gone.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? His mom and dad don't listen to this.
I'm bringing the Jackie Chan fans in, all right?
Yeah,
Come
that's
on.
true. Yeah.
So, just as a quick sort of thing, do you guys see the new Star Trek Continues?
Yes.
Oh, it's out, is it? No, I
Oh,
haven't
yeah,
seen it
yeah,
yet.
yeah.
I don't want to give too much
Spin
away.
it.
No, don't. I'm watching it tonight. We'll talk about it next
All
week.
It's good. It's really fun what they've done. I want to see if you guys pick up. There's all sorts of he puts the little nods in there.
Oh, yeah.
To what's going to happen in the future. Like he has the established timeline, so he's playing with the established
Yeah.
timeline
Oh, good.
while not screwing with it.
I'm looking
So
forward
your
to
homework assignment for
it.
next
Yes,
week
exactly.
is to watch a 20-minute episode.
Who would you punch in the face on Star Trek?
No.
Wesley Crusher.
2 punches for Wesley.
Yeah, but grown-up Will Wheaton. I don't want to punch like
No, I
a
want to
14-year-old.
punch the kid.
No, I want to punch that Big Bang
I want to
Theory.
punch
Will
him hard
Wheaton.
enough so that he
Yeah.
doesn't get old enough.
No, I
and
see.
wise enough.
Yeah.
Or Jake
Crusher.
Sisko.
I want to punch Crusher.
No. What was that bitch's
Dr.
name who
Crusher,
took over in the
just-
second season?
Polanski.
Polanski.
Goldberg.
Fuck that cunt.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, please, in general. I don't want to punch her character,
No,
but I will punch Whoopi Goldberg.
I
Yeah.
wanna punch
But
Whoopi
I also
Goldberg.
think that she would kick my ass for some reason. I have a feeling that she would just fucking fuck us up.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
Well,
anyway.
let me know if you're going to try this, because I'll
You
set
wanna-
up the webcam.
Awesome. Whoopi, we're coming for you.
And here's Bill getting his ass beat by an elder.
By a dreadlocked old lady.
I'm gonna do everything I can to have her like Skype into this show.
Oh, yeah. Please.
Bill's already
like
called
this.
her out, so...
I like this idea, though. I like who would you punch in which franchise? Who do you want to punch in what franchise?
It's our new sitting
Can't
pool.
all be Jar Jar.
And you know what we should do? We should every week we should have a different franchise, or like
Yeah,
once a month.
So like X-Men
have a
universe
franchise.
or...
Once a month have a franchise, and then try to get in contact with the consensus winner.
Here's another idea.
I love it.
Every week, ask the listeners which one of us they'd like to punch. And then we add them up, and whoever has the most, we all punch them in the face.
No.
Or we bring a
I don't
listener
like
in.
this idea.
I don't think any of us
I'm not a very popular person.
I think Angry
I'm
Alex
less
is gonna
popular
win,
than you
yeah.
are, Alex.
Yeah.
No, I think that this is one of the few things that I'll win in life.
Yes.
Yay!
Unfortunately, man, I'm not that lucky.
It's like winning an eBay auction. Woo! I get to pay for something.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we are way over time.
And way off topic.
And way
Way
off
off
topic.
topic.
Welcome to the Table of Geequals. I'm PigMonkey,
I'm Gavin.
I'll be Bill this week.
I'm still Alex.
and that's the show.